Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Shadow Topic video. Ultimate Shadow Topic. Sorry, I forgot to say that. But still, welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about what is the reason for people still collecting these? And I want to know because I still collect them, but I only collect them for certain... Maria!
The power of the Uchiha clan.
Movies and shows and TV shows and you know what I'm trying to say. So realistically, here is an example. I own Spirited Away, Miyazaki's Spirited Away on the DVD, right? I own it on DVD. This is basically from a library that was eventually sold it out into the wild, and I got it. But here is again Spirited Away on the VHS. So a lot of people, I want to know specifically, what is your reason for having VHS tapes to this day? And I don't want to hear, I can hear it. I mean, I do want to hear it, but not like the main reason why. Don't tell me like, oh, I still have my VHS tapes when I was younger, including like Aladdin, Lion King, Pokemon, Men in Black, you know, Space Jam, all those good VHS tapes from the back in the day. I find them every single time I go to the thrift store, which is also for me called DI, Goodwills, Savers, mom and pop like thrift stores, which was one called Tags, but didn't do that well. But I just want to know, what is your guys' reason for still collecting or owning VHS tapes? Now, it never really come like to me before, is that I've been buying more VHS tapes within the last year and a half. More, I would say. So I still see literally like bookshelves of VHS tapes, and I still see a bunch of the same ones I've owned for a long time, like Snow White and Fantasia and Hercules, and you know, Power Ranger TV shows and Pokemon TV shows and stuff like that. I just want to know your reasoning. But here's the main thing. Now that if you have a job, alright, let's say you have a job. So you have to be at least 15 to above now, okay? Like an actual job where you have to do taxes and all that shit later, okay? If you have a job and you go out to like a retro store or pawn shop or a thrift store or somewhere that sells used product, and you still buy VHS tapes, why is that? Now, I've seen the debate before in the past that people say there's some VHS tapes will never come to DVD and or Blu-ray, and I know about ultraviolet 4K, all that, I get that too. I know that. And again, the whole debate as well as you can watch these digitally anywhere nowadays, which it's, again, I understand that. Now, for me, this is my reasoning. There's a lot of things I've always wanted to collect for on a VHS. And I never really thought of it before, but I started realizing I want to get every single Pokemon VHS tape. Meaning every single episode that was, I guess, commercially released in North America on the VHS tapes of like Pokemon, and this like, one of them I have is like, Pikachu and Squirtle and people or Pokemon are like racing in that thing where Ponyta turns into Rapidash and beats Dotrio and wins. If that's a spoiler for you, I don't know, it was like 20 years ago. That, and of course I have like another one from childhood, which is like when Primeape is fighting in a boxing like episode against like Geodude, Hitmonchan and Lily, and he wins it all, and and Ash gives up Primeape so he can fulfill his dream of becoming a boxing champion or whatever it is. So stuff like that, of course. But from out the years, I've started to collect, well, all of them. I mean, without the years, I mean, literally within the year and a half, I started to try to collect as much as I can. So every single Pokemon VHS tape I've been going for, I've been buying, and literally you're gonna be seeing these a lot. Oh man, I took off the price tag. But anyways, a lot of these VHS tapes go for $25, $50, $75, or $1. I've never seen it higher than $1 ever at a thrift store or a pawn shop or the swap meet or anything. I've seen them mostly for $1 or less all the time. There's been tons of VHS tapes I see all the time, and I was like, you know what? I still have nostalgia for a lot of the VHS tapes, and I get it. Some are never gonna come to DVD or Blu-ray. Some of them are just pointless nowadays. Like there's Dragon Ball Z, the Broly movie. Of course, that was a movie, but now it's also on DVD and it's also on Blu-ray, and it's also part of bundles and collections and anthologies and all these types of things, including digitally released as well on like Funimation Now or Crunchyroll or wherever you watch these. Probably Netflix, Hulu in the future, I don't know. But what's the point of still having that VHS tape that you can just watch literally anywhere in a better quality and anything nowadays? It's for the convenience, and also it's just a part of your childhood that you still want to brace. So when I look for VHS tapes, there's always one I can never find ever. And I am serious, I've never found this in a very long time. I have one memory of me finding it before I was even thinking about collecting for VHS tapes again. So this is like before I even started really collecting, or not really collecting, I would say. This is before the time I started really thinking about maybe I should buy some of those games. A lot of these games right here, this right here, on this PS2 game, next to the end of up here, right here, okay, here. These are just games to sell again, to trade away. These are actually worth games to get, like Sonic the Black Knight, Animal Crossing City Folk, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonist, God of War, SpongeBob SquarePants with the Peanut Butter, Kingdom Hearts, Super Mario. You get it. Those are games that people actually need to buy. Do you want? And you buy them super cheap, so you trade them or sell them away for a little bit more, so you can get more money for your dollar or something that you want. I get that. So, before that time frame, before I was really thinking that way, other than just finding stuff I want, I saw it once. Close friends, and I think a few co-workers in the past, I don't know 100% right now, I have told this time and time again, my number one VHS tape I am 100% looking for is Digimon the movie. This picture right here. This VHS tape right here. Why is that? I'm looking for it because it's literally the only one I actually want. Now, before I was kind of giving up trying to find it because I can't find it. I'm finding Pokemon the movie more often than Digimon or Pokemon the movie 2000 and also Pokemon the movie 3. More than anything. Of course, Space Jam and all those Disney films I already said before, and other ones like Ghostbusters and all that jazz. But I can never find Digimon. And I was thinking, it's like, how does the spine look like? How does it look like? And because the spine is they're all like this. All of them are like this. It's on the spines, all in a bookshelf like way. So I know how the spine looks like. It's just Digimon in purple, or the background's purple. It says Digimon, and down here it's like, what's his name? It's Veemon's like golden thing. I forget what's it called. From that one episode of Digimon Adventure 2 where he has to defeat Ken, the Digimon Emperor. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's that picture. So he's on the cover of it and he's doing something like this or whatever it is. I don't know. But it's the only VHS tape I'm looking for 100%. I don't have to write it down or anything. I just know it's the only one. Now, there's been time and time again, I've been finding other VHS tapes like Gundam, and there's some Dragon Ball Z, and of course we find some random ones like Spirited Away. Of course, it's a fantastic ones, and anime, you know, it's great. I love finding them that actually mean something to me. So of course we got like anime, we got animated series like Batman, and you know, whatever. But I just don't know. I can't find it. And now I have looked it up before of how much Digimon the movie on VHS goes for. And this was a year ago. I have not looked since, and I don't know why. Maybe it's dropped. But I super doubt it's not less than $5 or $10. If it is, oh my god. But it goes for like $40 fucking dollars, I think, or something like that. Or I could be thinking about the limited run DVD edition of Digimon the movie. I could be thinking that too, but because I'm like, I need both or whatever, because I don't own them. I don't own it. Digimon was a big thing for my childhood. Next to Pokemon, of course, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, you get it. But for anime-wise, Digimon was literally one of the big top 5, for sure. And I've seen Digimon the movie countless of times. I don't even remember the first time I've seen it, but it's most likely renting it from Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, I believe. But I want to know, other than, would say for me or for you, if you are collecting VHS tapes, and other than just saying why, once you get that must-own VHS tape and everything else is like useless to you kind of way, and you're just looking for them as you go, what is even your next VHS tape that you're looking for that specifically you want the most? And also, again, it goes back to the first question I asked, what is the reason that you still collect VHS tapes if you still do? Again, I do because it means something to me. It means something to me, even though I already own it on DVD, and probably Blu-ray as well, you never know. But I'm just saying, what does it mean to you? I know it's a lot more space, and the media is not as great, you know, and of course VHS tapes will eventually mold. I get that. I know that. It will eventually disintegrate, whatever it's called, tearing away. And I get that. But what's the meaning for it for you? For me, it's just to show that I still have a childhood, including, you know, of course, look at this fucking room. I of course have like fucking video games everywhere, you know, and just random all this shit over here. But VHS tapes are still some type of media I like to collect for. One day I'll talk about collecting soundtracks, but I kind of do that already on the video game part. But I know there's so much more. There's still there's probably like movie soundtracks and movie shows and actual albums. But like I have was it Gorilla and Linkin Park, and I think Eminem, like CD albums that I just grew up to listening, so that's why I have them. But I just want to know your reason why. What is your reason for owning or still having or even collecting or buying VHS tapes? I can't talk. So why do you want them? Why do you still want them? Why do you still have them? What's the reason? Let me know why. And that's not my way of saying, like, go through your VHS tapes and tell me if it did you want the movies. Nothing like that, trust me. But if you do have it, let me know. For sure. No, for 100%. No, 100%. Let me know. We'll work something out. But I just want to know, that's my perspective, and it's something that I've been collecting for like a year and a half, and I have really a good few VHS tapes, like Star Wars, and this one's a sucky movie, but I've never seen on DVD, like Shazam and all that stuff. But I just want to know, what's the reasoning for you to still have them, wanting them, collecting them, buying them, whatever. And if you still are, I give you a bunch of hits right there. Go to thrift stores, pawn shops, retro stores, electronics, whatever, used products that still sells that type of stuff, to find VHS tapes if you want to collect them or start looking for them or whatever you want to do. So again, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below, and see us all for the next Ultimate Shadow topic. All right, bye bye.
Chaos Control!